Hey everybody, it's Michael from Get Your Rock Out, and if you read our Hard Rock Hell coverage back in November, then you'll remember that there were some striking images from that weekend, perhaps none more stark than the man sat next to me, leaping off into his audience, climbing towers of speakers, and generally just being very enthusiastic about rocking. That man, of course, is Bayley. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, alright.
Sound like you had a really good time at Hard Rock Hell.
Yeah, we did, it was really good. It's always a laugh to play with Paul, and I really enjoy. I do my Iron Maiden sets just occasionally. I go and do all my songs from X Factor and Virtual 11, and they specially asked for that at Hard Rock Hell. So we went and did it, and it was a great time. You know, a lot of people, even now, even though I've got a lot of my own records, and I've kept recording and touring since I left Iron Maiden. Even now, a lot of people only know me for the two albums I did with Iron Maiden, the X Factor and Virtual 11, and it's fun to go and then people hear a couple of my own songs and go, oh, I like the new songs. You know, they're still really old, but yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a great weekend, and I like the idea that it's a festival, but it's indoors, so you're never worried about the weather.
Is it like a blessing in disguise, the Iron Maiden Association, or is it a curse, or do you enjoy it anyway?
It's something that I'm very proud of. You know, Iron Maiden chose me to be their lead singer after Bruce Dickinson left. I'm metal. I was a fan of Iron Maiden before. I still like Iron Maiden, you know, as a band. So for me, it's I'm very proud that I've been part of a legend, and that many fans consider me still part of the Iron Maiden family, and they come and they buy my own records and albums and come and see me play my own songs.
I'm going to talk to you in depth about this current tour. One last thing on the Maiden thing. There's a lot of big bands nowadays that are losing significant members due to various circumstances. Slayer have lost Jeff Hanneman, Dave Lombardo, Slipknot lost Joey Johnson, and that old cliche starting to ratchet around. You know, that band isn't that band without this person. As someone who's been right in the middle of that, what advice would you have for those bands, and what would you say to fans who say that kind of thing?
I've got no advice at all, really. I'm not qualified to say. All I would say is visit my website, blazebayley.net, and buy my CDs, come and see my shows, because I find musicians for every tour. On this tour, I'm working with the guys from Absolver. A couple of the guys used to be in Fury UK. We wanted to do an all-British band for this tour because it's 30 years since I started, and the album is to celebrate that. It's 30 songs, it's 30 shows around Europe, and that's what we've done. So it's very hard to keep any band together if your members, leave because they're arguing about money or ill health. It's just tough to keep a band together. So what I do now is I try and get a band together for the tour or to make the album, and work with people that I really want to work with, and I just take each project and each step at a time.
All right, well, this is the Soundtracks of My Life tour. So is there any particular band or song that shaped your development in music, like more than others, or several even?
I think the pivotal moment for me was seeing Ronnie James Dio live. But really, I came up, I'm such an old fart. I came up in the time when Sex Pistols were in the charts. I was lucky to be there when punk music arrived, when Led Zeppelin were high in the charts, when Black Sabbath was starting to come through, and there was Judas Priest and Maiden were just starting off. So it was a very exciting time in music as things were changing, and you could hear almost anything on the radio, and it was before a lot of club music and stuff like that. There was hardly any disco around at the time, and so it was a good time. And I think wherever you start, that's what stays with you, and that's what stayed with me. Those early starts, that mixture of punk and metal and the stuff that my mum used to listen to in the house, and all of that gets messed up, and years later that comes out in your writing.
How about your own songs? Is there one that stands out, or several that stand out even?
Well, I've written like a couple of hundred songs, so it's difficult to choose really.
How did you? I mean, going across the 30-year, just 30 years of being in music. How did you come by a set list for this tour? How did you decide which songs deserve to be showcased? Which?
Well, I just tried to be very, very positive, and I thought, well, if this tour goes really, really well, perhaps there'll be a second run of shows and we might be able to do Soundtracks of My Life Part 2. So there's 30 songs on the album. We've got about 17 in the set. And if we come and do another run of shows, we can put almost different songs from the same album on there. So that's it really. I just chose the ones I like to play live. The ones I chose for the album are all songs I like to do live, and these ones are like my favourite live songs.
Now, you mentioned you like to get different bands together for these tours. Were you a fan of the Absolver Boys when they were in Fury UK?
I've known the lads for years and years, and when they were Fury UK, they supported me. And when my manager said, I really think you should get a British band together for this, then we started talking to them, and they were really up for it. And we've been working on the whole thing for about 6 months now. Choosing the set and going through the songs and getting everything up to speed, and it's working really, really well.
I'm going to be asking them if they've learned anything from you. Have you learned anything from them, being with them that time?
No, not really. I don't like them. They're all horrible, right? And they pick the noses and they smell. So no, I've learned nothing from them.
All right, this tour and then they're out. Okay, just briefly off topic, Wolfsbane released their first album nearly 20 years recently. Are there any plans for any more Wolfsbane stuff?
Yeah. We get together whenever we've all got time. Everybody does such different things. It's really difficult to find like a month or 6 weeks of a year where you can get everybody together to rehearse and write together properly. So we still want to make albums and come out and do the odd tour here and there. It's just difficult to find time, to fit everybody, to fit it around for everybody.
Just another brief curious thing. I want to know if you have any thoughts on Ripper Owens, Tim Owens. I know that you were both on the Soul Spell album, Hollow's Gathering Together. Just because I guess
we never met.
All right.
We never met. That's all stuff that people send you the track and you do it in your own studio. There's a studio I use in Birmingham, so we never actually met to do that. I have met Tim in the past, and he's a nice enough bloke. I think he's a great singer.
Cool. Because he can really empathise with your maiden time more than anyone, I guess, being that he was in Judas Priest in kind of a similar situation.
Yeah, I suppose so. I've never spoke to him about it though.
Okay. All right, well, we'll wrap this interview up then. We've got a big gourmet. Is this Chinese you've got here, or did you?
Yeah, we ordered in advance because he said he couldn't cook. The owner said, I'm not cooking anything. So we said, well, let's get a Chinese. He said, all right then. So we've ordered loads of Chinese food.
I will leave you to your Chinese. Do you have a message right into the camera for all our readers that get your lockout?
Well, yeah, just thank you for your support. And please visit my website, blazebayley.net. And please check out my Facebook. It's Facebook official Blaze Bayley.
Thank you very much and have a good show tonight, man.
Thank you. Cheers.